Oh
Joe's
no.
51.
Time warp.
I'm 45.
I'm 74.
I was a babe. Mom's really 90. It looks wonderful for 90.
Now that I'm
This
totally
90-year-old
confused.
woman I ever saw.
And you're
And I'm
34.
95.
And Dick is
Yeah,
36,
yeah, we believe that.
huh?
I'm 36,
Be 37 in November.
37.
But
You guys just had an anniversary. How long have you been together?
Too long.
You know what?
50,
Make me
Too
ill.
long.
50,
50,
53,
55 years.
55 years? 56
Well,
years?
58.
How do we say?
You've been married 58 years.
Wow.
Can you believe
Over
that?
58.
I'll go like this.
I remember that your 50th like it was nothing, like it was yesterday.
I do
Honey.
too.
I can't believe that's been
what
8
time
years.
that was,
You
Yeah.
remember the days
So
we
we're
used to
coming
sit
up on
in bed.
60.
Wow.
That's
Isn't that
intense.
amazing?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's amazing to me that I've lasted.
It is.
It's amazing to me you've lasted 2 months.
To live with him. Wow.
Amazing Grace. It's been an amazing grace.
Amazing grace.
You know what's amazing
She's
to me is
making
my
out
mother's never
That
had
I'm
any
a
of
bad person.
My mother's
Well,
never had any of her body parts messed with. I mean, except by dad.
Thank goodness. You're kind of hard to live with a lot of times.
Which one? Who's hard to live with?
He is.
He is.
He gets so cranky. He's such a perfectionist.
Really?
And if anything gets out of,
Not
So-
me, boy, not me.
you know, if something gets moved out
I
of
mean, I'm
place
sloppy and
or
messy.
he just, it's
They
like
call
he
me
can't
sloppy
stand
messy.
it.
Huh?
They call me SM, sloppy messy. My name is Roger Sorrell. Brother to Dick Sorrell.
Tell me the secret of your marriage.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Let's
58
announce it.
I'll tell you what the secret is.
Mahalo
Love
nui loa.
interfaces.
Okay.
You've got to love somebody.
Hey, everybody, you have to listen to this.
Okay.
This is a secret to.
Mahalo nookie loa.
Roger.
That means thank you very much for the
No,
nookie.
Dick wants Mom and Dad to tell us.
What's the secret of being married for
And then you
58
ask
years?
us.
Lots of
Okay.
sex.
Oh.
Because they've
Okay.
been married how long? 37,
Whatever.
38?
Yeah, that's what we'll ask
That's
you
a
guys
long
next.
time.
Okay.
Making a lot of money
You
and
have
not
to
letting the part
love,
with
you have
it.
to be in love and respect each other.
You have to love somebody no matter
No
what.
matter what.
And you have to
No.
compromise.
Compromise and communicate.
And if you don't love them, it's you might as well give it up. Because you can't stand it otherwise. But I'll tell you what else it is. Now this is good.
Go
You've got to
smaller,
remember
Reese.
this. You try to please each other.
I'm gonna
And
throw
then
up.
when you're being pleased, you want to please the other one.
Mm-mm.
So you're being pleased and they're being pleased.
When
and so
I'm being
that's it.
pleased,
Also,
ouch.
I give in when it's not important to me, and he gives in when it's not important to me. And when it's important to both of us, boy, that's bad. And that's been lately.
Oh, so you got a
So
stalemate.
lately, there's been a few stalemates.
Okay.
Only that we've been together so long. That he's got to give in to
2
me.
years.
Well, I think you're right.
Until my mother's on
There's a lot of
camera.
things that just aren't worth fighting over.
That's right, that's right.
Camera working?
There's a few things that are.
Yes,
I
there
give
are.
in-
And
I
if
give
you
in to
feel
her a lot.
strongly about it,
Uh-huh.
then you don't give in.
So let me ask you this as a couple. What's worth fighting over?
Not much,
No,
What's really worth fighting over?
not much.
no,
Well, we had
no,
this
I don't
yard
think-
sale.
I don't think anything.
That was worth fighting over. All that stuff?
We had this yard sale, and I
Thank
tell
you.
you, I didn't think we'd live through it. Because every time we took something out, he would go out and look it over and take it back in.
Right. I don't want to give up that stuff either.
That was
You
so
know what,
funny.
Dick? Took all those shirts out there,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
know I kept
He
some
had-
shirts that
I want a copy of this.
that I-
thing.
He had,
that I can't stand. I said I should have kept those other shirts instead of these dumb shirts. See,
Uh-huh.
he kept some
So-
old shirts and let some he
brand new shirts,
shirts
never
and
even had
pants,
the
the
tags
price is
off.
still on. He sold for $1 a pair
Yeah, that's a
and
good
$1 each. It was awful.
Dickie, what about this? Dad's got this humongous box out there with socks in it.
Oh,
He says
You
50
were so-
cents for the new socks and a quarter for the used socks, and they've been washed.
but they had brand new socks.
I mean, you get a discount if the socks are dirty?
Yeah.
No, they're not dirty.
They were
just
washed.
worn. They
Oh,
were
okay.
worn. Washed.
And
Cindy,
they-
could you pan the camera?
And if they don't work,
Let's use the
you can
stick
bring
like
them
that.
back.
Yeah, everything was sold, but you can bring it back
Thank
if you
you.
don't, if you decide not
Okay.
to keep it.
All right. Do
So this black guy with a basketball showed up yesterday.
you want me to go back and forth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Roger's gonna tell us a
Okay.
little story.
All right.
Basketball, that's strange.
Yeah, hello.
You're on.
Hello, Anita. We are on camera now, Anita.
Honey.
Now you want to tell your story? You
Let's
said
don't
you were
get
waiting to tell your
self-conscious.
story.
No, funny face. What story?
Well, we're going to talk about
No,
marriage.
I
We're going to
know.
talk about married life. Dick wants to know.
What's the secret
Dick
of your
wants to
married
know-
life?
The secret is to
Well,
lie and cheat.
I want to tell the I want to tell the
You
counselor.
lie.
I want to tell. I
You lie
want.
like hell, and just make sure that what she doesn't know won't hurt her. And then if you're gonna cheat, just make sure when you cheat she doesn't find out about it. And if you can do that, you got it made. There's a book I want to recommend. It's how to
That
cheat
is
on
right.
your wife
And get
By,
by with it.
by Dickie Sorrell.
Can you make it?
And he's a hell of a guy. He's a great author. He has a radio program in Glendale. And so, How to Cheat on Your Wife by Dick Sorrell. And boy, this guy's a master.
Can I tell you
It's a
how
great word,
I?
isn't it?
No, that's my stage name.
Can I tell you how I feel about this?
Sure. Yes. How do you feel? I want to know how you feel.
Now
With
this
her
is
fingers.
this is the.
So Dad's in it.
Fact is that
But you had to be there.
she feels me with her fingers.
You got a head start.
What
We
she is-
have laughed all morning.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now-
It's been fun. I'm sorry you didn't join us.
Do you
No.
want to
We had
know?
lots of
Yes,
fun.
we
Well,
want
I
to
was
know.
sitting rotten.
Do you want to know how our
You
marriage
probably
has
felt
lasted
better
this
if you
long?
joined us.
Right,
Definitely.
right.
Okay.
Dick wants to know how our marriage has
Got a
lasted this
headache and
long.
That's good.
How has our marriage
Okay.
lasted this long?
I think the success to a marriage
Do you have to touch me when you're talking?
is balance. Most of our marriage has been 90, 10. You sit down.
Trying to keep my balance.
Oh,
He's
stop.
demonstrating balance.
Balance.
90-10.
90-10, that's it, that's it.
Very little has been.
90% of
In
it?
a marriage, it's a balance.
A balance.
And if you can keep the balance,
Keep the balance.
you've got a successful,
Successful.
marriage. And brother, it's hard.
And I have to say something.
It's called sacrifice. All your life.
There's a song by that name. Sacrifice.
But if I didn't love him, I wouldn't have
See,
sacrificed.
that's the whole thing. Love has to be there,
Yes.
or
Well-
it's not worth it.
I think it's more companionship.
Now, you have to
Oh,
love them.
sure, you are.
Who wants to have a companion you
It's
don't
more
love?
sex.
Well, it starts out there. Starts out with sex. And then,
Well, it
We
does.
do love sex,
It
don't
does.
Yeah.
then it transpires and then you end up with
You got it.
companionship.
No, I think it starts out as a friendship. And if you have a good friendship, then
Ours started
you
out as
fall in
sex.
love.
Well, but it
then
starts
you
out-
But you end up with friends later on in life.
Starts out with intercourse
It's called evolve.
and then it ends up with a verbal intercourse.
You evolve from one thing to another.
Excuse me?
What do you think,
Can we
Bud?
talk about something
I think
else?
it's
What do
right.
you think is the success
Let's
of
hear it.
marriage?
Dad, what do you think?
Well, I think that certainly physical attraction first, and then see if you communicate and get along.
See if you can get into her
Have
pants.
things in common.
Well, and I think what happens really is that once you've been married for a long time and you make a lot of money, then what happens is you can't get divorced because it costs you too much.
What are you
wouldn't have
saying,
much
funny
you had,
face?
but you can
I'm
still.
saying that
That you won't have a dime if you leave me?
that's it.
You're right.
So
Well,
I'm
anyway.
stuck.
That's a good limiter right
So
there.
the key is,
that
those
a
of
pretty
you who are
proper
watching
state,
this
Nina?
therapy class,
Is
I want you to
following
know
a
one thing,
proper
don't ever get
state?
I had
married,
no idea.
because if you get married and you're successful, it'll cost you every damn dime you got if you're a guy, so you gotta stay married, so don't get married to begin with, because it's a bummer.
I wish Johnny Carson had known that.
Yeah, I bet
No, I didn't
he
either.
has
I
to.
love my
Well, he's
wife.
still got
Although
millions
he's got
of
enough,
She's
yeah,
pretty.
he's got enough
And
left.
she's
So, Dad,
precious.
did you have anything else to say
Besides, it's
based on
all
your?
her money.
No, that's about it.
So first, you want to be attracted to her.
Not
Then you
true.
want to see if you can get into her pants.
Not.
And
Not.
what else? You want to have
commonality of likes and
Now,
dislikes.
the date's
and
on there, right?
conversation.
not on everything, just on the beginning.
And
Okay,
being,
good.
being able not to have to speak, just being together.
Uh-huh.
That's,
Well, you know what I love being.
Like being
you know,
together.
You know what I love about our marriage together
Who's?
is being apart.
that's the best part.
You're never
Oh,
apart.
it's really nice because when you're apart, then you miss each other. When you
Nick,
get back together
Do you
again,
transfer that to a videotape?
You bet I will.
seriously,
Take
when
care of
you're
it.
apart, you
Oh.
you miss each other, and then you get back together again, and then it's wonderful. It's a wonderful situation that for that half an hour when you first meet. Oh. Other than that, it's a bummer. No, it's not true. No, we love our marriage. 37 dadgum years of it.
37, huh?
Yeah,
Amazing.
terrific.
38 this August?
37 this August.
Oh.
Depends on how old the kids are.
We just, the only reason we stay together is we didn't want our children to.
Well, you won't tell me.
By the way, Dick and Cindy are making out back to the camera right now.
Yeah.
They're over there making out while we're sitting here being interviewed.
No, we're having an argument.
Oh, we never
Yeah,
know.
because he's saying be in the film, be in the film.
Oh,
And I
okay.
said, no, that's the point. That's why I'm back there.
You know, we were
She has nice
married
legs.
22 years when we got
She does.
Mm.
She has a nice waist
Seemed
too.
like a long time at the time.
22 years before what?
We left LaPorte. I said, that seemed like a long
You
time.
were married 22 years before you left LaPorte?
Can we
We
open
were
this
married
now,
longer
Dick?
than that, weren't we?
No, but you know, here's
35.
when you think about it. What are we really saying? What is the secret of our marriage, Anita? What do you think it is?
Seriously.
Besides the fact, I'll tell you what it is. Anita stayed with me when I was 425 pounds. She loved me and cared about me because we had children, right?
Give me a break.
That's not the reason. Well, then,
No.
then say why.
I loved you, sugar man.
Why did you love me?
Because I don't know why I loved you. I just loved you.
Well, I
And you
wouldn't have
don't
loved
know
you
why
if you were
you love
I
425.
don't know. You don't know why you love somebody. You just love them.
I
You
don't
either
know
love
why I
them or
love
you
this
don't
guy.
love them.
But I wouldn't have loved you.
Sometimes
I
I
mean, I would have
wonder.
loved you, but I wouldn't have stayed with you. Why did you stay with me?
I was stupid. I mean, it must be I was stupid. If you're not going to stay with me when I get fat,
Now, how
then I
about
was
when
stupid
I was-
for staying with
How
you.
about when I was 425 pounds, out of work, and you were earning $2.25 an hour and supporting the family?
At $2.25 an hour.
Noel Norman, remember that?
Uh-huh.
You were in love with the barber?
Oh, I'm sure that is so bad.
And Dick Krelock from Canada?
Oh,
That's a memory, huh?
so bad.
What was the barber's name?
Oh, Marty.
Walter, I don't know what his name is.
That is so
And Dick.
bad. I was there.
True
Tell the
Blue
camera,
Anita too.
Tell the
Here's
camera. Oh,
Dick
okay.
and
First there was Ernie, and then there was,
no
Ernie and George. And first there was Ernie, and then there was George.
Keith and
Keith, and then there was
True.
Reggie too.
Reggie.
But she was true.
Blue.
Edna Ruth, so she was true.
Blue.
Edna
Edna
Ruth.
Yeah. Did you have much to drink over there?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, no.
About
Pour
10,
today, huh?
Bud.
But
About 10 bottles.
Anita, tell the
About
camera,
eight.
because this is
About
for
eight.
Dick's therapy classes.
He kept the bottles coming on the table.
You did, huh?
Yep.
Dick's people want to know why we've been married this long and why it has lasted.
I'll tell you one reason. We've had fun together.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed each other's
Well,
company.
that's obvious.
There we
Yes.
had
You
fun.
call this fun?
And that's a good reason. You like being with each other. It's someone you want to be with the rest of your
That's
life.
it.
You don't want to be away from
My
them.
mother's got the
You
whole
want to be
secret
with
of
them.
the whole secret of human relationships.
It's someone you want to be
It's
with.
someone you want to be with, and you
the
put
rest
up
of
with
your
them.
life.
You
Yeah.
put up with them
Yeah.
and all their
Yeah.
faults because you like being
Yeah.
around them.
When you find someone
When
like
you,
that,
when you find somebody that you love to be around and you're willing to put up with everything they have to dish out
yeah,
because you love to be around them most of the time, that's the secret.
yeah.
Mom.
Okay, let's provide a little balance now.
Mom.
I've known Cindy for 6 months. Spent a lot of time with you.
Yeah. It's only been 6 months. It feels like it's been longer.
Why are we hanging around together?
Yeah, tell us.
Is it just the
Wow.
sex?
No.
Well, I mean, isn't that the process? First, you have to be attracted
Cindy,
to her.
Yes,
that,
yes.
Cindy, that was great. That was
Then-
a good
Yes.
comment.
Yeah, I
Could you
really
clarify
meant
that, by the
I
way?
really meant that.
No,
Could you
sex
qualify
has
that?
respect. It's respect and.
No, honey, let them
I
talk.
don't, let them talk.
I know why
Okay.
I know why she loves you, Dickie.
I do too,
Oh, let's
Well,
see.
cause I love her, I
Because-
love them too.
She likes it. You like to do everything she does.
No, I know why she loves
Yeah,
them.
she's got a really good handle on it. I really like who you are too. It's both those things combined. It's because we have a lot of fun together and we have so much in common. And the other reason is because I really like who you are.
That's the main thing,
That's
is
the main
liking.
thing.
Yes.
I like
You
you.
love, but you have to like also.
You know what?
Yes.
You have to
That
really
is
admire
so
that person,
sweet.
right?
I love you. That
I
is
like the way
Exactly.
they see now. I like the way
I
they
love
talk
what you
to
just
each
said.
other.
That
I
was
do
so
too.
nice.
We don't talk
I do
to each
too.
other
I know
like
it sounds
that.
trivial. You don't
No,
say
it
to
doesn't
somebody that
sound
you're
trivial.
wildly passionate with.
I
You know, you don't
like
say, I
you.
like you.
You know what?
I do.
You can love somebody and not like them, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to be married to them. You have to love them and like,
them.
And liking is more important.
Oh, I think so too.
You have to
Yeah.
like somebody. You have to
Yeah.
like
Mom,
what they stand
we
for,
better go
what they
out start
are,
looking
how
then.
they
I
act,
know.
what their total being. You have to like them. Because that's part of, you can end up loving somebody
we
that you
sound like a
like
bunch of
because you
drunks.
like them so much.
Yeah.
You like what they are, what they are,
Oh,
what their being is, what they stand for.
bet
You
you
like
think
them so
we're
much,
all
you're gonna
drunk.
falling in love with them.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
And that's it, right there. You said it.
Because if you don't like somebody first,
Oh, yeah, you have to.
then that passion's gonna burn out.
Right.
And then what?
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then you can fight. Oh
Well,
boy.
the thing I really appreciate about you is your disposition. She's never gone off and just been, what do you call it,
Pouty.
temperamental
Yeah.
and crabby for no reason.
Uh-huh.
She's been in pain with her back and other kinds of things,
Well,
but
she gets hot flashes.
never complains about it. And she says, she
Don't be
can be
grumpy.
she can be like driving in the car, and then she says, "Could you pull over? I need to get some aspirin." And I never knew that she had a headache the whole time. I mean, that's how her disposition is.
well, how nice.
She's just
She's a sweet person,
I'll
isn't she?
say.
Dick?
takes
I am glad I
responsibility.
met the perfect person.
Yes, I think it's sickening.
I want to grow up. No, that's
Very
nice.
even.
That's
I get
nice.
mad about things though. I get
Do
mad.
you?
and
Do you
slam
ever
and
That's
say
things
nice.
temper
That's
and
nice.
scream?
But not at
It's
me.
not at him.
Cindy,
Yeah.
tell the real thing before he turns off the camera. How
Things are to
angry you
use.
can really get.
Things are to use, and also gym classes are to use for anger. You go to the gym class and you go, huh, huh.
Yeah.
No, but what I love
Work
about
it out.
No, Cindy, is you hit it right on. That's that.
Yeah, you
Yes.
really do.
If all
Say it
women
well.
and men realized that they have to like somebody,
Yeah.
see, you can lust after somebody,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
that
Short-lived.
that is so short-lived. And once you got in there, you gone to bed with them, whatever it is, then it's all over.
Yeah.
Because what else is there?
Well, give it 2 years for
Yeah.
some of us, but
Well-
you're right though. It doesn't.
It's short-lived. I mean,
Yeah.
if there's nothing more than that, then it's not going to last. You really have to like somebody.
Smart woman here.
Now, if you never want to have a
It's all that
relationship, if you
counseling.
never want to have a relationship, if you just want to
Is
go
my
through life
makeup smearing, honey?
and be on
No.
your own,
What'd you say
it
to
doesn't
me?
matter. You can
Jean
have
is
all the
putting on her
lusts
makeup.
and,
Oh, tell her she
and
doesn't
go
have
through
to
life,
do
and
it. She
if
doesn't have
you
to
enjoy
come
that,
on
that's
time.
fine.
Come on.
But if you want to have a relationship with somebody, then you must like them.
Oh,
I thought you were telling me I need to wipe my eyes
No,
or something.
Yeah. The thing that I find
No, you
so
look fine.
interesting and strange about this relationship is that.
You find our relationship strange?
Well,
Well,
It's-
strange
this is
that you
very
get along so
interesting.
well.
Or might,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
showing-
yeah, it's real because the reason why I think this is strange is because for me, I'm only speaking for myself. I would rate guys. I hate to say this, everybody does this. I would rate guys on a scale of 1 to 3. And a 3 was somebody who was really nice, who was a friend, that if I really developed something for him and had a lot in common with him, I could certainly marry him and sleep with him fine, but there was no big chemical thing going on. A 2, great. That's what my former husband was. We were married for 10 years and he left me.
Boy, that's a long time.
It
Cindy.
was good. Some of it was very good.
Yeah,
We were friends.
that's nice.
So,
Oh, my goodness.
He left me.
Did you part friends?
No
But he
children.
left you?
No children. And so, anyway, so that was fine, and that was number 2. He was good looking and everything, but this is number 1. I am fiercely attracted to him. Fiercely. I cannot, yes,
He's fierce.
fiercely.
I can
Yes.
understand
Yeah,
that though.
I really am.
I can
Boy,
understand.
And-
Wow.
I can
No, I'm not sure
No,
she's
I
attracted to
no,
him.
I can understand that. I
I
just
can
think
too.
I think Dickie is just
Yeah,
so
he's
Sweet.
neat.
He's
magnetizing.
He is so,
He's sweet.
he is so.
It's just like, ah!
Yeah, he's like a piece of
Some
candy.
women really
Yeah.
like a
It's
guy.
like a piece of
who's
chocolate.
really-
No, he's so
Yeah, definitely.
nice. He's, you know what I like about him?
You want to savor them, you just want to put
No.
them in your mouth.
No,
However,
he's
if I took
soft.
bites out of him,
He
there'd
is,
be
no,
nothing
he's,
left.
there, you know what I like about him? He's got a softness and he is
I
so
love that.
caring.
Your son we're talking about.
I know.
He is the most caring individual.
He's our favorite nephew.
What did I tell you at lunch? Who did
Well,
I
you
remind
said
of?
that I'm taking over Dad's place.
Yes.
Is that right?
Is that right?
Yes.
And Dad has a soft, caring nature.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
Caring.
I mean, he is so caring and sweet and loving and understanding.
Yeah, maybe
Nice
it's
compass,
that,
Roger.
but
Thank you.
and I think
Looking
also
after
there's probably
everybody
just some
else,
physical
wants
stuff
to be
that's
with
just
everybody
hard.
else,
Of
cares
course
about
there is.
everybody
But
else.
I'm just finding this really
Reminds me
interesting
of you.
because
Good.
on the way driving over here too, I said to him,
Yes,
But
sir.
that's
you
what
know,
I
this
said
also
too.
feels like a comfortable
right?
little chew.
Yep.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And
to
like
be
the whole thing is
comfortable with
confusing the heck
somebody.
out of me because I've
Yeah.
never been with a number one that I was comfortable with.
Yeah, comfort is so
Yeah,
nice.
there's a-
Oh, I
This
think
is
that's
really
what did it with me, with him.
Uh-huh.
He was so comfortable to be with.
Right.
Otherwise, I'd hide in a closet someplace
Somebody who's
to
normal.
get away from anyone that I
Very
thought was
important.
attracted to me. I didn't want to see him or be around him. I was,
Because it just wasn't a good match.
No,
They just made you on
no.
edge or
yeah.
tension. You
Yeah,
know, like when you sit in a
yeah.
room or sit by somebody in a car and you're going out with them, but you're really attracted to them, but there's just all this
I
tension.
felt so safe
It's
with
just like-
this guy. Yeah.
Edna Ruth, why are you attracted to Orville?
Because he is precious and sweet. And
I love your eyelashes going.
I love him. And he's so comfortable to be with. I felt so safe with him. I think that was
That's a
the
good
first thing.
word.
That was the first thing.
Has it always been that way?
Always. Number one day. I remember when fellas used to say they would tell mom, because I was very young, want to take me to the prom or something. I wouldn't see them anymore. If I thought they were interested in me, I wouldn't even look at them. I'd hide if they came around.
They came on too strong, huh?
Well, no, just knowing that they might be interested in me, I didn't want to be around them anymore.
Yeah.
But this guy was the
That's
first
right.
fellow
Oh, he said
I
he was
ever
with me.
felt safe and comfortable with.
And Orville, why are you attracted to Edna Ruth?
Oh dear. Tell the truth,
Well,
She's
because
sexy.
I was gorgeous.
Don't put
because
words
she's,
in his mouth.
but because I love her in the first place,
No, but the first time.
I like her.
The first time.
We were good friends and we liked each other, and I fell in love with her,
How'd you do that?
and I like to be around her.
What happened? What happened to make you fall in love with her?
Yeah, or.
Well, she's well,
That's putting you on the spot, isn't it?
coming
I want
back
to tell you
to
the truth though.
she's sweet, she's kind, she's
precious.
caring, and
Ruth.
I found out all those things, and I
This is embarrassing.
I like that in a girl,
But you know what?
so
You know what, Dick?
I fell in love with her.
We went to a party.
So her disposition and just her goodness,
Her
just
overall person.
question. Did your mother have any of those qualities?
No.
Oh, Ruth.
Whoa.
She had some.
I'm kidding.
Yes, my
I
mother.
don't know.
Yes, my mother.
Is there
Yes,
anything?
my,
Is
yes,
there,
my mother did.
she did?
know
Yeah.
his mother that well.
This is what you're going to be in front of Oprah with me?
My mother was sweet and caring and
No,
kind.
no. I didn't know his mother that well.
And
I
gentle.
apologize. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So,
very, and loving.
so it would be reasonable for you to find a woman like that.
Yep.
You mean I remind you of my mother, of your mother?
No. People can be kind and caring and
Oh, not because your mother was
and
ugly.
and
Edna Ruth,
Not true, not true.
You better not
are
say that
trained
about my-
by their
Sorry.
mother on who to marry.
Well, his mother was really sweet. I do apologize. I should not have said that.
Well, Laura,
That
tell,
was a
tell us
bad
how
thing
poor
to
you were
say.
when you were growing up, Laura.
Oh, give me a break. That was before.
Tell us about the
No,
ragman.
Now,
Ragman.
now, I'm not going to tell anybody
Okay.
about
I'm
that
just kidding.
on film.
I'm kidding.
I can tell it with family.
But you know, this is
But-
family. This
This
isn't going
is
to be
family,
shown to
not-
anybody
But
else.
But
somebody
Orphan's
else might
poorer
see
than
this film.
anybody
No.
that's ever been poor,
Except me.
No, you're,
except Anita.
you're safe on this.
They have-
You got
they
something
have
you
a
want to do?
competition
Dad, when you
about
met,
who
when
had
you
the
met
poorest
Mom,
childhood.
Oh,
when you
I love
first
that.
met Mom, first day you met my mother,
Mhm.
How
Did
poor
you
were
Did you fall in love with her right off the bat? Did she fall in love with you right off the bat? What happened? Where was that? Explain to us what happened. What happened?
She
when you
was
first
with a
met her?
group of young girls downtown.
And I was the youngest.
And
They were about
Edruth
3
was
years
the youngest
older.
one, and we met downtown Cena.
That's a hell of a downtown.
That's not a good sign.
That was a whole half a block.
I think Alma Jean.
And Mary
Alma Jean,
Mary
they all had
Frances.
2 names.
They did.
Eddie Jean.
Now listen to this. Alma
Bobby
Jean,
Joe, Billy
Alma
Bob.
Jean, and Mary Frances introduced me to Edna Ruth.
Right,
And I was
See,
from the big
all
city.
Southern girls.
right. But you were 5 years older. She has.
And I was
Yeah,
the big
but
city
I was-
girl.
How old were
You
you?
know,
Dad?
I was in,
How
pardon
old were
me?
He
you?
was 17, I was 12.
You were 12.
Wow.
You must have
First
been
time
a
we
fully
met.
developed 12.
I was very well developed.
Very well developed.
Wasn't I, Bud?
You were.
I was, really.
So what happened, Dad? You fell in love with her boobs?
No. I was in the 8th grade. I was going into the
Dad,
8th
now
grade.
come on, it had to be sexual because
No, listen.
No, nothing happened.
That's our sequence. First
She
you're
was-
attracted, then you want to.
Then I went home to St. Louis and went to school. I was visiting our
Your
grandparents.
mom-
Let's don't
I hate
tell
to
this
ask you
whole
this, but I would
story.
ask your dad.
Okay, Dad. You go ahead, honey.
Excuse me, Mother. I didn't
That's
mean
all
to.
This is man talk here. Go for it.
So go ahead, honey.
But of course, I thought she was
I
the
was-
most beautiful girl there.
I was
And
the
to
city
me,
girl,
she
see,
I
out
didn't
of
know she
town.
was. I did not know she was 12 years old.
Most beautiful
You were after
12-year-old you ever
younger
saw.
women, Dad.
Yeah, I was.
You were cradle.
I thought she was.
You were
Well,
after
see,
baby.
I thought she was the
the
same
others were
age
15 and
as the other
16.
girls. She
And he
always
thought they
associated.
were my friends too. I ran around with them.
She always
15 to
associated with
16.
older girls.
So she
older.
looked like she was like
Yeah.
your age.
Nobody believed I was my age.
She used makeup and all that
Yeah,
stuff, you know.
nobody believed
So
I was my age.
yeah,
A little
because
bit.
her mother
little
did.
bit.
So
You know,
the first thing that you thought when you saw her was
her mother was
What a nice
our
person.
mother was beautiful too.
Yeah, Mom
you
was
didn't look
with
at her
me.
and say, God, I want to go to bed with
No,
this woman.
Roger, you don't say that.
No,
I
not
did
Mom.
with you.
Mom was with me.
No, I wanted to go to bed with her first time I saw her. but anyway.
Roger.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, that's true.
But do you still?
Yes.
Of course. I have no choice.
Oh yeah, it's that money thing.
Wrong answer.
That is
Just
fair.
teasing.
Just kidding. Zing.
Just teasing. Just teasing. I
That
love you,
doesn't, that
I
doesn't
have
work.
to tell you.
That
We've all been
doesn't-
through the Betty Ford.
man.
story.
That doesn't
Cindy,
work.
I'm in
Did
trouble.
you know that?
I'm in trouble.
Okay. Our younger son had to go through Betty Ford Center. Didn't have to, but he did.
He didn't
Yes,
have
he
to, but he didn't have
He
to,
had
but he
to.
did.
Yes, he
He was
did have
awful.
to.
Forced.
Well,
No, he wasn't
Wow.
forced, except you told him that you never wanted to be a part of his
Okay,
life
I got it.
anymore.
No.
You had to say to him, I don't want to be a part of your
I
life.
didn't have
I don't
to,
want any
no,
Christmas
no,
cards. I don't want any
no,
phone calls.
no,
Mother,
no
you
one
sat there and
Mom,
said that
no
to
one
him.
has to go
No.
through
We
treatment
all said the
unless
same thing.
they want
But
to.
honey, don't you remember
To
when he
begin
came to
with.
Palm Springs and he said, Mom,
I need
I need
help.
help.
Mhm.
And started crying and we hugged each other.
Yes, but
And
we
I
had
said,
planned
honey,
this
you're
for him.
gonna
We
get
had
help.
planned this for him.
But
when
he
we,
didn't
already
but when
got-
we went in
Yeah.
for the
He didn't want to go
intervention.
at that time.
he did not want to go in. And
Well, he
you,
Well,
you were the
no.
key when you said to him,
He's gotta go.
no, you said, the interventionist,
Told
the
Yeah.
therapist.
Told her what to
Said.
say.
Well, but
Yeah.
when she was actually there, Dad, that's what's key. You can
Yeah.
tell anybody what you want to
Yeah.
tell them, but when it comes right down to it, it's different than what you. I mean, when you're right there, it's a whole different ball game. And when this therapist said, "Well, Mrs. Wilson, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about Steve?" And she said, "Well, if he doesn't go into treatment, I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to be a part of his life. I don't want any Christmas cards. I don't want any phone calls. I don't want any letters. I don't want to be a part of his life because it hurts me too much." And she started crying.
But prior
And
to
that
that,
is when my brother said, and tears came into his eyes, rolled down his face, and said, "Mom, you don't mean that." And she said, "Yes, I do."
You did.
And that is when he made the decision to go through treatment. That was when
But you
it.
know
That's when
what?
it happened. It
The
didn't matter what
timing
anybody
was
else said.
perfect.
It's his
Timing
mom,
was, but it's
his mother, who he loved so much, and could not stand to hear her say
Yeah.
what she said. That was it.
Mom, the
And he went
timing's
into
always
treatment. He was
perfect.
straight after
But
that.
it
The
happened.
timing is always perfect
Yeah.
when they go through treatment and it works.
Yeah, and it worked.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
like Ty's timing was perfect because he was so sick
Yeah,
of always having to
Well, he
get
didn't
a
have a
six
choice.
pack. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because
He was going to prison.
but that is so
But-
funny.
that wasn't the bad
When
prison.
Stephen,
It
when
was
Stephen,
the bad
Well, it
prison.
wasn't.
Yeah, it was a bad present.
Well,
He
it
wasn't a
wasn't.
bad person, but the prison was
Why do
bad.
us mothers stick up for our sons? Well, it wasn't. He wasn't going to. He
No.
hadn't. What?
The judge said,
Well, yes, but he hadn't killed anyone.
you either go through treatment or you're going to
To
prison.
jail.
To prison. And if you ever show up here again, I promise you, you will not have a choice to go to treatment. You will go to prison. That was it. That was it. He had no choice.
But
But Steve,
anyway-
Anyway, it took.
it took, yes it did.
the timing was perfect.
He's been
for
dry
Steve.
for
Yeah,
13
years.
uh-huh.
Ty has?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Stephen, for how long would it have been, hon? 84?
84 to
Yeah.
93, 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
And
would
I
have
want to
been.
say this, my brother,
Anyway, we have one through Betty Ford Center, all of us.
Yeah, we all did.
My
For a
brother-
whole month.
my
Kind
brother,
of
my brother
necessary,
died
isn't it?
with
As
the most.
codependents,
Yes.
they want you there, don't they?
Yes,
oh
they do.
yeah, you have to be there.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you have
last
to be
week we
there.
were there every day.
Mom,
They
how did this
won't
come
allow
up?
it. They
I'm
won't.
kidding. Just kidding. Is that how this whole
No,
thing
we're,
came up?
we're
Betty
talking about
Ford
how we fell in love with our wives and.
I don't know how this came up,
And
huh?
Dad, I asked Dad how he fell in love with you, where you met, you know, and then we got to talking about other things.
Center? No, Mom.
Now, in our case, I fell in love with her because we were double dating.
Because she had
My
big
best,
boobs.
my best friend in high school,
Then what happened?
my best friend in high school, who later played professional basketball and golf, was dating, well, he had met her and wanted to date her, and, well, I guess had dated her? No, he had never dated her, but knew her, but met her. And so we were gonna double date, and I was on crutches, and so I said, well, you can drive my dad's car, because it was my turn to drive. It was New Year's Day of my senior year, and I said, well, let's get together, let's do something. He said, okay, let's double date, and I said, okay, fine. He said, well, I met this gal out in the county, and I'll invite her, and I said, well, okay,
Country babe.
I'll invite
Country.
Marty, because I was going with several
Pumpkin.
girls at the time. And so he invited Anita, and I invited this Marty, who was still a dear friend of ours. And we went out in my mother's car, and Anita came out of the house, and when she opened the door and came out of the house, I fell in love with her, right there, on the spot.
Did you really?
Right
hon?
there on the spot. I
Wow.
knew this was the woman I was gonna marry. I'd never spoken a word to her, never
Well, how did
been with
you?
her.
How
I
did-
don't understand it, it just happened.
Yeah, I don't
love
understand
her.
that either.
Was she dressed?
Yeah, but I
And
have
she was
clothes
great. She had,
on.
she had a tight sweater on.
Oh, jeez.
She had the biggest boobs you've ever seen in your life.
She
right?
did, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
to her.
something happened.
And she
has
had this
nothing
little
now.
bitty waist and little bitty hips and these big boobs. And I mean, I looked at her face and I looked at her body and I just, oh my God,
Now,
that's it.
something must have happened to you.
I don't know what it was. Who knows what that is?
Yeah.
It's a chemistry.
Yeah,
It
it's something
happens
that
to
I don't
people.
have. I don't think
When
happens.
people
And
meet
he
other
was, he
when
was
you meet
obnoxious.
people, when you meet people, you have even
Obnoxious.
between men and men.
Yeah,
You were
you have a-
obnoxious the whole
You
night.
have a chemistry
to you or
No,
to his
it-
date.
He was obnoxious
well-
to Bob.
to her date.
Oh,
My best friend.
Yes.
Well, in fact, what happened is we went to an indoor movie because I was on crutches and they wanted to sit and watch the movie and I couldn't sit there because my leg was hurting because it was down. So I said, well, my date and I are going to leave and we'll be back and pick you up. So we went out to the golf course and necked.
The two
His,
of you?
no, his
No.
date and
My date
him.
night.
Oh my God.
And so
That
then-
was in the day that you went and parked.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we went back and picked them up and then
You
he
still
wanted to
do
go to
it?
the golf
That's
course
right.
and neck. So we went to the same damn golf course. We'd just been there.
But he wouldn't let me neck.
Well, I was so jealous.
You
couldn't
wanted
s-
neck, huh?
I couldn't
I
stand it.
didn't really care.
I
didn't-
couldn't.
I
Oh,
wasn't
you
the.
lying
I
sack of-
didn't. I wasn't the necking
Oh,
type.
you were. You
I
were.
was.
You were all over him.
I was not.
Not.
Not at all.
No, but in any
Well,
case,
honey, you
oh,
feel
excuse
all
me,
right.
buddy. Well,
Yeah,
he
I
was
feel
all
better.
over her.
Do you?
He was
You should
not
go
all
home.
over.
He was
people
trying
that-
to be all over
Well,
her.
they
If
didn't
you
go all
feel-
over
if you
them.
feel-
In any case,
If
in
you're
any
Don't
case,
feeling-
go home,
listen.
honey, if you don't feel
No, I
good.
If you, are you okay?
Much better, yeah.
Okay.
Had a rotten headache
Okay,
this
we don't
morning.
need to interrupt him.
That's
Bud
okay.
looks like he's
That's all
all
right.
so
I'm
bad.
sorry, Roger.
that's all right. No problem.
Uh,
So I wouldn't let her.
just-
I wouldn't let him neck with her. So I mean, I kept cracking jokes and I kept going up
You
to the
did?
front seat and separating them. You know,
Yes.
and I'd go right in between them because I loved her. I absolutely loved her.
And you felt nothing.
Not really,
No, no.
I didn't,
No.
I didn't.
You were
So,
too dumb.
I thought he
any
was
case-
a jerk. I thought
in
he
any
was
case,
stupid.
the evening ended without anything happening, and
And you went home and told
I
your
went home
father.
and I told my dad. I said, I just met the girl I'm going to marry, and he said, well, you
What,
mean
angry,
Marty?
and can you imagine Dad?
No, Dad knew I was with Marty. He said, well, you've been with Marty before. I said, not Marty, Bob's date. He said, wait a minute, you are gonna marry some girl that you met because Bob's dating her and you've never been with her and you're gonna marry her? I said, that's it, Dad, she's the girl I'm gonna marry. He said, you're crazy, that's just not gonna happen. Well, 8 months later, we were married.
I love it.
8 months, yes, like this. 8
And,
months, and you're wrong, like this. And when Harry met Sally.
You
Yes.
remember the time, honey?
Yes, honey.
You remember the time we used to make love in a county?
Yes.
In the county. In the county.
And it counted.
How did you get around your friend Bob and all? I mean, this is pretty
He
dumb.
didn't talk to me for 6 months. He didn't talk to me for 6 months. Well, I was on
Well,
the.
Bob wasn't really serious, was he, hon?
Yes, he was.
Oh, I.
Bob's never been
I
married,
didn't
by the
think
way.
so.
He's never
Mom,
been married. He
I
lives in
didn't
San
think
Diego.
so.
He's got a home in
I
Las
didn't think
Vegas
so.
and San Diego. He still loves my wife.
Oh, he
When
does.
we had her, when we had her 50th birthday party, we had it all videotaped, and they interviewed him, and he said if this party had not been here, it would have been in San Diego.
Well, that was being very
Which was
sweet.
really kind of sweet.
That was sweet.
He's still in love with
Because
Anita. He
he-
always has been in love with Anita. He always has. He's always wanted to love her.
Well,
Always wanted to marry her. And he didn't talk to me for 6 months after we
Really?
started going together.
Oh.
And he even sent
Oh.
guys out.
Hard, hon.
Mom,
Sent
I
guys
didn't
out to
know
her
it.
house
I
and
didn't know
tell
it.
her that I was a bad
I
guy.
didn't know it, Mom.
And then I knew all the cheerleaders, and these guys were all going with the cheerleaders, so I knew the cheerleaders. So I went to the cheerleaders and I told them what these boyfriends of theirs were doing. They went to their boyfriends and said, you either go out and apologize and tell her it's not true, or we'll never date you again.
You're into a lot of trouble for
And
me, honey.
so these gals,
Hope it's not
these guys ended up coming out to Anita and saying, we lied. He's not a really nice person. They told her I was a real jerk. And so when I got to the girlfriends who were cheerleaders and I told them what had happened, they made the boyfriends go out and tell her that they lied. Bob still didn't talk to me for 6 months.
Wow.
And finally, he came around and he said, well, obviously, we got married. So after we got married, then he came around and said, well, obviously it was serious,
Yeah.
you know.
He came and
And he's
seen
been
us.
our friend ever since, and when he played professional basketball, he invited us to one of the games, we went to Chicago
And then
Stadium.
he came to Muncie and seen
And
us
we met
also.
we met George Steinbrenner through him, and,
Yeah, he's a nice fellow.
Really nice,
And,
nice.
yeah, he's been, he
But
gave
never
me-
did marry.
Gave me some basketball shoes and,
In Hartford City,
you know,
Indiana,
or some
yeah.
Nikes or whatever the heck he was
Where
selling.
does
he
he live
was-
now?
Nice.
Hi, Gene.
San Diego.
What is it?
I think it's on.
I hope it's off,
Why?
because I don't want to be on camera.
You
Well,
look
you-
good.
you don't
You
have
look
to be, huh?
gorgeous in here.
Yeah, you look gorgeous, honey bunch.
Yes, you do.
In any case,
You look better than we do.
we've been married 37 years,
Turn
and
that thing off.
2 or 3 of them have been terrific.
Turn it off, then.
Wonderful happy
Two or
years.
three.
I wanted to ask you guys something
What's
else
it-
too. You guys
okay,
were in
wait.
high school when you both started dating?
I won't photograph you, Gene. I won't photograph you.
So
You can
then,
sit out of camera.
Did you finish out high school still dating each other?
We were married at 18. We were babies.
Yes.
Weren't we sure? We were babies when we
I
got
went
married.
to, I went to
18.
college.
Both of
and
us 18.
Left her at home going to college.
I just
Had a
don't
scholarship
like
to
being.
college, and I went to
Well, I
college.
don't either, really. but
So you went away
anyway. You look good.
Oh, and no, you got married first and then.
Got married first, and I went away.
Oh my gosh.
That was
You-
tough.
How are you?
got married in
Got your
summer?
CD outfit on.
What did you have on, Gene?
Oh,
Just before school started.
All right. How are
And
you?
then I left her and went to college. That was tough.
I don't know.
Back then there was nothing.
I
You
got
had
her
children
pregnant.
upon children.
And,
Smells
obviously
wonderful.
I had to
It
go to
does.
school,
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
love
Now, you
school,
didn't have
and,
to come
came
out,
home
hon.
and took care of the
Oh.
family, and went from there.
Actually, maybe it was lucky that that happened.
Oh, honest
It's
God.
just, it's too hard
Sure,
for
you bet.
relationships to
Sandy,
try
can
to
I tell you
survive
something?
with people.
We've been very
Today,
lucky.
the Lord has blessed me with all the money I'll ever need in my life. I mean, unless I'm totally stupid, unless I just absolutely go out and do something dumb, and it wouldn't have happened. It would
Without
not have
Anita?
happened had we not gotten married and
Oh,
had
yes,
a
it
baby.
probably would have.
Because I would have never left school, I would have been an engineer plugging away for somebody.
True. You know, I know so many people who've done that, and already at my age,
Sure.
they're locked in. And that's what they do, that's where they're at.
What did Anita
Unless the
do?
recession
What did
gets
Anita do to complete the equation?
She got me pregnant.
He got
Well,
pregnant.
it was her idea.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
we were in front of her house, I'll never forget.
Oh, right, now we don't have to go into
I'll never
this.
forget the time she invited me in the woods outside of her
Oh,
house. And her
give
mother,
me a
her mother was going, "Where are you going?" She said, "Well, I'm taking Roger to the woods." And I'm
Well,
going,
you know what I used to think? I
I'm
used to
going,
think her
well,
mother took
Gene, I never had any idea what she was doing. When we got into the woods,
Oh, bet me.
she laid down by the
Oh,
tree
Roger, give me
and
a
says,
break.
"I want you."
Oh, Roger, you
Anita.
didn't. You never said that back then.
You said it.
I never said that.
Oh, you did, honey. Don't
I
lie.
didn't say that.
Swear to God in heaven above.
Swear to God.
Oh, wait a minute. You said, "I want you."
I did not say I want you,
Anita,
sugar.
What'd you say?
Anita.
Anita,
Take
can
your
I
pants
give you
off?
a bag?
I never.
You put it over his head. No, just put a bag over his head.
You are
She
dreaming.
took me in the woods and raped me.
No.
And she got pregnant.
Oh,
I can't help it. It's the
oh,
truth. That's how she
Roger.
was.
Boy,
And
listen.
I'm glad she did it because I would have never been wealthy had she.
I'm
not
gonna
done
tell you
And
about
that's
this guy.
prevented you
This
from
guy
a
was
career in
Slick
engineering.
Willie.
That's
He
it. I would have
was
been
Slick.
still working for somebody.
He was Slick Willie,
Slick
and
Willie.
he knew exactly what
Slick
to say and when to say it. And something else was pretty slick that I know of.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is.
We'd all like to know.
And what is that?
It was
Anita?
bigger than two hands. Shut up.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. There you go. Oh well, what the hell?
Enough
You know what
about
I
us.
love? I love being here with my family and Dickie and Cindy and little Jeannie. Little Jeannie who's lost so much weight. I'm so proud of her.
Yes.
She looks so terrific. Every time I see her, she looks better.
I agree.
And my mother,
agree.
who I love
I
very
must
much,
have
and my
worked out there
father,
for a
love her.
while.
And
You look great.
Cindy, Dickie's little sweetheart,
Oh.
who is so gorgeous. Look at, pan the camera.
Look
over
at
this.
her.
Please don't do that. Then I start acting all artificial.
Look at these
you know?
legs, that little big legs,
No,
and this
Frozen
gorgeous
smile,
face.
eyes batting, going.
I mean, honestly,
Cindy, do this.
Yeah, like this. Oh yeah, this way. And this.
you know
Oh
what?
yeah.
Her dress and her face become a bouquet.
Yeah.
oh, now Roger, you heard that from me the other night.
Oh,
You jerk. Oh.
stealing Nita's stuff.
Yeah,
I said
stealing
it.
my line. No, honey. No,
I said
honey.
it
That
first.
was my line,
It was
funny
my,
face.
my
Uh-uh.
line.
No,
It was your line?
not.
Okay.
Okay, now just a little bit more
No, you
from
didn't
Okay.
have to say
from
that.
Orville and Edna Ruth.
What would you like to know?
Well, now Edna Ruth, does Orville remind you of your father?
No.
This is the question.
Well, no, but your father he has some part in this.
You're
I wonder what it
supposed to
is.
marry someone like
Sure.
your father.
No.
Not if she's like
No.
her father. But
No.
I'm like my dad.
Yeah.
He does not remind me of my father.
No.
you can't get two fathers together.
Not at all. And
Maybe
Dick, maybe
should-
that's why I love him.
But-
Because he doesn't.
Well, you see that it can work that way too.
Yes,
You
yes.
bet. But your father's always in there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
In me, of
Like-
course.
Right, right.
No, I probably would not have wanted to have married anybody like my father.
So, how is Orville not like your father that attracted you?
Your
Well,
father was a stud.
You're really getting into this, aren't you?
Well, my father, let me see about my dad.
I love him.
You don't. You hush.
I used to get angry at my dad a lot.
It was easy to get angry at him.
So, what does Orville provide for you that, you know,
Provide. Well,
Here.
something, of course, that his father couldn't.
your dad used to make you?
We're going through a.
Mark was not kidding with
He
her.
provided one body
Yeah,
part.
this is a
to
cute
the-
Hey, Dick, I know.
Okay.
My father was a womanizer, and I hated that.
Perfect. Perfect.
I hated that.
There you go.
And I would not have wanted a husband like my father was to my mother.
Boy, was she.
So,
boy, did
so,
she
so,
know.
so you,
My mother
you,
brought that on a lot to a great extent.
Boy,
This
did
group
she
session's
know.
just gone.
Yeah, my mother
Yes, she did.
let
Yes, she
herself
did.
go,
so
you
you,
know.
so you discerned
Oh, really?
that Orville would be faithful to you.
Yes.
and that he would be stable and that would feel good.
Yes,
Right.
If I had a wife like my mother, I would have been out there too.
but my mother was not always like that until my
But
father
you
was
do
like
have a
he
wife
was.
like your mother.
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh,
Bill,
yeah.
Mr. Bud.
Not,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I understand she was absolutely gorgeous and wonderful, but Dad,
Very childish though.
Okay, now, Dad,
party girl.
how did
Party girl.
tell us
Oh,
about
yeah.
your mom?
Tried to make Dad jealous all the time.
My mother
and
was
he had
very,
nobody finally, and
First of all,
They were
like to
children.
be the center of attention all the time,
Uh huh.
16 and
He was
20
a very good
when I
cook.
was born.
and
They weren't equipped.
loved her
but
children,
we're
of
married
course.
for 25
Had a lot of
years, Mom.
nice qualities,
20.
Go ahead.
and so
The director.
so that's about all I can say.
You said that if you had married a woman like your mother, It would
like,
work.
Like I knew her in the
Later years.
Later years.
later years, yeah. Because my mother let herself go, and wasn't like she was when she was much younger. And she got very
Possessive.
well obese,
Well,
very obese.
Not really.
Not
Not
very
very
obese, but-
obese, hon.
But she got obese, and she didn't really
Didn't take care of herself.
didn't take care of herself. That's right. And toward the end, toward the last time we were together.
Kinda like
But
Jean
Jean
As a
does.
family.
But Jean does take care of herself.
Oh yeah. Jean always tries to look her best.
I wish I could photograph you right now, Jean.
That was cute.
You look fine, huh?
Well, what I look like and what I feel like are two different things.
Do you want to be on camera?
No,
Okay, we will respect those wishes.
thank
Okay.
you.
You're
Because the
welcome.
last time I was on camera, I hated it.
Okay, fair enough. But we can hear your voice, and that's a consolation.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything more you want to say, Dad?
No, that's about it.
Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like my wife to
Make it
explain.
good.
When we first had our first child,
Oh, Roger,
Oh,
Please,
now
you are
please
not going
don't
to
go
say
into
that.
that.
No way.
no way.
Forget
Not.
that.
No, I am here to say how much I love the family.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I mean,
That's
I
honest.
she loves Dickie
truly. I
and
love
Bud
I love Mom and
Mom and
Dad,
Dad.
and I love staying with
and
them.
Jean, and now she loves Cindy, but she
Right.
doesn't love me.
I love you too, sugar. I want to say how
She
much
really
I
does.
love your mother and father.
Makes me feel so
Do you
Oh,
tell
Roger.
I
them?
love you,
Rita,
sugar.
tell them how much you love
You
them.
good, right?
I loved it.
I can do it. I can be
That's
an
Stanley
actor.
Laurel
wanna
that
hear
used to
this,
do that?
Roger.
Yeah.
Mom
Okay.
wants to know how much I love
I
them.
want to know how much she loves us.
I love them to the moon,
I
to
love.
Florida, to California and back.
I have a question for you.
No.
Are they going to go to Florida? We were talking about that at lunch.
I
Are they
doubt
gonna-
it because they love Bud. My mother loves Bud and Jean and Fred and Ann so much, and so does Dad, that I doubt that they will ever do that, but mahalo and nui loa, or as they would say in Florida, mahalo, nuki loa.
In other words,
We
we don't
would-
know yet.
I would love for them to come
Right.
to live with by us.
Yeah.
They can come and live with us too
Okay.
if they want us.
Well,
But I would
well,
love for them to
For
come.
those of you who
to
don't
live by
understand
us.
what that means, mahalo and nui loa means thank you very much, and mahalo nuki loa means thank you very much for the nookie. I say that to my wife only. I don't say it to anybody else.
No, it means,
Whatever you
what
say,
does
sugar man.
mahalo,
Nui loa.
nui loa mean?
And God go with you.
Well, but it's spoke. My brother
Nui
thought it
loa
meant
means God go with
thank
you.
you and God go with you, but it really means thank you very,
Very,
very
very
much.
much.
Right.
But I will always think of it as thank you and God be with you because that's what my brother thought.
Yeah.
So every place we go, we say mahalo nui loa, and we do that at dinner whenever we're out.
And here's to
Anybody
Stevie.
service.
Here's to Steve. Are we going to
Here's
toast
to
to
little
Steve?
Stevie.
Yes.
This
Okay.
is to Stephen.
Here's
And to Cindy.
Okay.
Our precious
And
little
to
boy.
Cindy.
And to little Cindy.
Thank you.
the newest person in our lives. Now she doesn't even want to be a part of this family.
She's got a different rating system. She goes
Well,
from
you know
1 to 3.
Well, Cindy did say on the
One is
way
the
over
best.
that she was very comfortable with all of you, so
That's
that's a
good.
good sign.
Yeah, I was
Cindy's
gonna
really
share
close
with
to
you.
the
That's
three.
good, hon.
Because she
What?
feels like she should be part of our
3 is the
family.
worst. 2 is not bad.
This is so
You know,
comfortable.
You feel like you should be a
That's
part
the
of our
best.
family.
Yeah.
Cindy. I met you one time and I really feel very comfortable with you.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
That's really nice.
And you know how comfortable I am, right?
Sure.
Well, Dick, I want to tell you
Flash those
something.
eyelashes.
Little Dickie, I remember when you were a little
High speed.
baby boy. And
Little-
I'll tell you one thing,
Honey.
you could not have picked out a more beautiful, gorgeous, voluptuous, sensuous lady.
She has
Whoa.
to elaborate on that.
I'm gonna live off of this for months. As all of us women know.
Well, I am. I've been living off of it for months, I can tell you that.
I'll second that, Cindy.
Yeah, I'll tell you
I
what, Cindy, I agree with you. He is so sweet. You know, I'm a man and I just want to, you know, eat him like a chocolate drop too. you
He's
know.
a sweetheart.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't do that because he's my, you know, my cousin and everything, but, you know, other than that.
Plus, I fix everything at her house, so she can't say no.
Oh, is that right?
Right, exactly.
I wouldn't, that's not
Nah.
That's not a reason, is it, Cindy?
And I didn't pick you out for your ability to fix houses. It has nothing to do with it.
Does it?
Mm.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing to
It's
do
just
with
a
it.
though.
Just the chemistry
It's
there.
good to
right?
hear.
Right. I wanted the kind of man that he is. But he's turned out
But
to
you
be.
didn't know that when you first met.
Yes, I
Turn the
did.
turn the
When I
camera
met
on
him,
her.
I knew
Camera
a
on
lot
her.
just from first meeting him.
All right, now how did you meet and what was your first feeling about him?
It was a good one.
Where were you?
I was. This is a great story. I was at the retreat. We were all supposed to be playing.
Retreat.
and,
What kind of retreat?
It was a fun retreat, fundamentally unstructured nonsense for adults.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all there. No children are allowed, just adults.
Mm-hmm.
We were all there to have a really good time.
Mhm.
And a bunch of us had gone out hiking in several different groups, and we all met at the hot tub. Well, the hot tub was very crowded.
Wow.
I was one of the last people to come out.
In
there
a
wasn't very much
swimsuit.
room. Yeah, and I came out, everybody's in swimming suits and all. And he was sitting over by the entrance of the hot tub. And I had gone to the retreat because I was trying to get over my ex-husband. And I wasn't there to look for a guy. And
you were
so,
just kind of down.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
very down. And I
Yeah.
cried on a few girls' shoulders
Yeah,
and
you were
stuff.
just
And, yeah, I was
Wanted
just
to be
there.
with other people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I just didn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
So I was there at the retreat, and I was having a good time. I
Mhm.
didn't spend the whole time crying or whatever. I was having a very good time. So I was all psyched because the hike had really been fun, and we've been.
She was a
joking
belly
around.
dancer. She did a dance at this retreat that knocked everybody's socks off.
Yeah, I didn't do belly dancing. I did a choreographed modern dance.
She did 2 dances.
Yeah. Well, neither one were belly dancing. Well, I tried to imitate Madonna.
I love
But anyway.
it.
But anyway, he was
I
sitting.
love it.
He was sitting in the hot tub, and both people looked up and smiled. There was the gal on one side, and he was on the other side. And he looked up and he smiled at me, and I said to myself, I can't sit next to this nice man.
Well, why not?
Because I wasn't looking for a guy, you know, and everybody told me, stay away from men, don't get involved with anybody, and all this and that, and you have to, like, be alone, and you have to, you know, so I said to
Gotta
myself...
get over it. 2 years and you're
yeah, and all
totally
this
over
and
it,
that,
and then you go on from there.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So I said to myself, I can't sit next to this nice man, but the girl didn't move as much as he did, so I was forced to sit next to him. And, forced. And so then I went to the dance that night, and first we had the talent show, and he was the camera person.
Wait a minute, I
So-
want to know in the hot tub, did he put his
Yeah,
hand in
we're
your-
going back
Oh,
to the
heck
second.
no.
There's a
No.
second day in the hot tub.
You mean you guys didn't do
Heck
anything
no.
in the hot tub?
No, Roger, there was a group of
There
I
was a
know,
whole
but you
group
didn't
of people
touch
in
or
there.
you didn't kind
Going
of.
back to the second
Yeah,
day
you
of
know
the
what?
hot tub.
Wait a minute. Did you have any attraction?
Wait
in
till
the,
the second day in
did
the
you
hot
have?
tub,
Wait a minute. The
Roger.
first day when you were right there, did you have any? You had an attraction there?
Yeah, I said to myself, I can't sit next to this nice man.
Yeah, get us
Right,
naked
now
quick.
Now
we
you
don't have much
sat down.
time.
Now you
Oh,
sat down.
You have lots of time,
Jeez.
Cindy.
No, wait a
I
minute,
wanna
Cindy.
hear
Wait a
the
minute, I
whole
want to know.
thing.
You're sitting down next to him. Now, didn't you have an attraction to touch him or anything?
Well,
No,
Or
not
didn't you have an
then.
attraction to touch her?
yeah, now that's an interesting question. Interesting.
Well, of course. How
And
can you not
nothing-
be attracted to her?
And you didn't touch each other, either one.
Well, tell them about the second day in the hot tub. That'll
Not
explain a
yet,
few
not
things.
until we
Not
get
yet.
to it.
The dance.
Wait a minute, we're doing the interviewing thing. We're asking
Rick
you.
on the
Okay,
spot.
forget
We're
it.
asking you the first time you were together in the hot tub.
You don't want to do this, do you?
You're telling us.
I must be in control.
You're telling us that you had an
Roger.
attraction for each other, and that yet neither one of you didn't just lean up against each other or do anything.
I smiled at him and looked
That
him over
was
the
it.
rail.
Smiling at him.
Yeah, and talked with him.
What
Talked
do you
with him
think,
directly.
Roger? Do you have to get your hands all over
And,
No,
somebody?
but you would just kind of touch up against to see if there's that.
Oh no
you
no
know.
no. Because if you give a guy the wrong idea, it's still true today.
Yeah.
You still can't run around and act like a sleazeball.
Yeah.
No,
It's
but
still
just
totally
to touch
unacceptable
somebody,
today.
just to rub up against them, you just kind of touch
Roger, you
them.
don't know how it's done, hon.
Oh, I see. I'm screwed up.
You're antiquated.
These women understand this.
And Dick, you didn't do that either, huh?
You've been out of
Well,
it.
I
too long.
wanted to, but I didn't.
Right. See, nowadays with all this, our
AIDS
society
and
hasn't
everything,
changed
yeah,
that much,
yeah.
but yet it has. And it's
Explain.
kind of like,
Explain.
okay, the deal is that we think a man's real sleazy if he does that too.
Yeah.
Right off.
Touch.
It works both ways.
Yeah.
So go ahead to the
Isn't
second
that
day in the
true?
hot tub.
God, it's
Not
gone
yet,
back to
not
the
until
old
she's
days
ready.
then.
It
It's gone back
has.
to the old
It
days.
really has.
Sure.
People think you're a real sleazeball if you
Yeah.
don't.
That's
No, no, he's
great.
ready.
That's great. It's about time that happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, I think it's good too.
Yeah,
I
I
do
do.
too.
You should know who the person is.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
So anyway, go ahead, Cindy.
Yeah, it's much better if you know who somebody is.
Mhm.
Like if they're anonymous, it's really a drag.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they have a
Like a
bag over their head,
head.
yeah. It's kind of scary even. Like a black hood or.
Want to see my body parts?
So anyway,
Anyway, go ahead.
what happened, hon?
Anyway, go ahead.
So we went to the dance that night, and I noticed him like kind of watching me across the room. I danced with him once or twice, and then I thought, no, I can't bug him, you know. And when we'd been walking back from the hot tub, he told me what he did for a living, and I said to myself, yeah, I would like to get to know this guy.
Most women would have run.
And because he said he was a marriage and family counselor. I said, oh, right, a guy who will talk to me about how he feels, and that maybe I could at least be friends with this guy and learn a whole bunch
Yeah.
from him. If he won't go out with me, I would like him to be a friend. I'd learn a whole lot from someone like this. So I thought, this is
Yeah.
great. So he asked me to dance at the dance, and we danced around. I thought, gee, this is somebody I'd really like for a friend, if nothing else. So I'm not going to like follow him around or do anything like that, although that's somewhat acceptable nowadays. But
Yeah.
so I noticed him though. He watched me, and I hung around till toward the end of the dance. And you were watching me. He really was. It was neat. I thought it
Darn,
was so
those eyes
cool.
are a giveaway.
And he was kind of watching me, and he'd be like walking around the back of the room, and he'd be over by the drink thing. I could see his eyes just following me.
I can imagine him doing that.
I
I
hate it
really
when
liked
women
it.
know about that. You know? If they can
I
tell.
think it's
It's
great.
so obvious, you guys. You have no idea how
I think it's
obvious
wonderful.
it is.
It
I think
really
it's wonderful.
is.
I think
it was
it's
cool.
wonderful.
I loved it.
Anyway, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
watched you.
So we went for this
Yeah.
walk, and this was really platonic and innocent too. I said, "Oh, I don't feel like going in and going to bed." And the DJ was still playing records, and there were about 7 people left still, and it was about 1 in the morning or so. So I says, "Oh, I don't feel like going in. You know, let's go for a walk." So we went for a walk, and he had to hang on to me, or I slipped my arm through his hand because I was wearing high heels, and I thought that would be okay, and he liked that fine. So we were just walking around out there under the stars and the fir trees. It was just gorgeous.
Where was this, Cindy?
This was up in the mountains by Glen Oaks, is it?
Oh
Glen
my.
Oaks?
Oak Glen.
Oh,
Oh,
Glenn?
Glen?
Oh,
I
Glen.
think somewhere around there. Anyway, really beautiful mountains.
So I hypnotized her out there in the woods, and I said,
Not.
"You'll do whatever I say from now on. You'll be under my control." She's still
Not.
under it. It's great.
No.
No,
I'll tell you guys what really did it. When I said to myself, I'm going to really go after this guy till he just tells me to beat it or decides he likes me. The thing that decided it, right then and there, was something that he said to me. And we were walking along, and he said, and I just said, yeah.
This is in the woods?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just said, yeah, I'm going through a divorce. And we talked about how we both were artistic, and he said, I played the drums, and I said, yeah, I write and I dance. And so we were just, and he said, you felt misunderstood, didn't you? And it was right then that it all just
You knew
clicked for me.
immediately. Yeah.
This is someone like me. I thought, yeah, I'm just going to pursue this guy, and he can tell me to beat it, that's fine. But I'm just going to go for it.
You're gonna look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at her. I love it. Look at the face on him. Right? That's incredible.
Wow.
Have you ever told him that before?
I don't think
It is
so.
better.
So what happened the
Is
second day?
that
in the
camera
hot
on,
tub?
Dick? Is that camera
What
on?
did you
Yeah, I
Hold
think
on.
so. No, you
That's
tell. No, you
wonderful.
tell. It's better.
I want to know the second
Keep
night in the
going.
hot tub.
Keep going.
Okay, so I said to myself, how am I going to get my hands on this man?
Am I going to
And
get my hands on this man?
So
Easy,
just
just
grab him. No, nowadays you
I'm
can't do
sorry.
that because
I
people
know,
think
I
you're
know.
sleazy. So I thought, and it wasn't really that I wanted to just grab him and go to bed with him. It was that I just
Oh, I know.
really
You just wanted to be a part of his
I
life.
wanted to get to know him. And so I thought, gosh, how do I even get there? You know, tomorrow's the end of the retreat. So I thought, well, I'll see him around and I'll ask him if he wants to go mountain biking or something at my place. So he and I chit-chatted after breakfast, and sure enough, he wrote me this really cute little note. You know, we all had note boxes, and he wrote me a really cute little note that said, "Let's get together for mountain biking," or question mark, question mark, question mark. And I thought, oh, good. I hope this is what I was going towards. And so then I came up with this idea, and I thought, I don't want to leave. We don't get kicked out of the grounds till 3 o'clock, and the ending ceremony ended at 1. So I went around and asked everybody if they wanted to go for one last round in the hot tub with me, and of course I included him. And so I
Who was
figured,
him?
Dick.
this him. And so of course I included Rick to see what he would do. And so we got about 6 people out there, 5 maybe, 5 or 6.
Yep.
Yeah. So there were a few of us that didn't want to go home right away, and I brought out this book. I had this book out there while I was waiting for everybody. It was a real dirty book, and it was written by it was written by I don't know who it was, but it
Danielle
provided a
Steele.
very, very
Erica Long.
Erica Jean.
Yeah.
It was a book written by
Oh,
Erica
oh,
Jean.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Erica
you know what I
Jean,
mean.
Yeah, know her.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, enough said about that. If you've read her
Yeah.
books, you know what I mean. They're
Yeah.
shockers. So my girlfriend borrowed it. She was sitting there reading a book, and all this and that, and I thought, oh, perfect. I'm going to find out if this guy likes me. I'm going to go back to junior high with this. Because if you could get a guy to try to grab you over something, generally it means they like you. So I started this thing with the dirty book. And there was and there was a squirt gun involved too. But anyway, I could kind of tell by how he acted toward me that he liked me. And I just kind of watched him and kind of picked up on what he was doing. And so then I kind of had my answer. And what was really, really interesting was this other guy was after me that I didn't like. I was after him, and another guy was after me.
I didn't know any of this.
And yes, you did. Now, come on, be honest. Tell them you're a part of the story. You were going to leave.
No, you keep going.
No, wait, Cindy, you go first.
Keep
I'm
going,
going to ask
finish.
Dick later.
Yeah, finish Cindy.
You go
and
first,
then Dick
Cindy.
can go.
Oh, this is great, though. You should talk about
Cindy,
it.
wait,
keep
you
going.
go first, honey.
So,
Finish.
okay, so this other guy said that I said that I was in some pain because I had pulled something or whatever when I was hiking. So the other guy who was after me wanted to fix me and give me a back massage and all that, and give me some mild therapy for it. So I said, oh, okay, but then he started to get really fresh and wanted to do my legs and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
full
like,
body.
well,
Was this in the hot tub?
this was in the whole area, and
Okay.
I was lying around by the side of the hot tub, and he did my back, and that was great. He got whatever was wrong out; it never returned. And so I said, "Gee, that's great." And so then he wanted to start working up my legs, and he said, "This will help even more. I'll do your legs too." And so I'm like, "Well, And so anyway, then Rick decides he's gonna leave, and tell him why you're leaving.
It's just time to go.
No. True version.
He was
True
disgusting with the
version.
whole
This is
thing.
Rick Sorrell that said that,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah,
and gentlemen. Rick Sorrell said that.
You were totally disgusted.
I just thought I'll let them have each other.
Let them at each
Yeah,
other,
you were
right?
pissed, right?
Not. I mean, there was no
Yeah, I mean,
contract between us. I just thought, this is.
She's more interested in him.
I'm just
so
well.
forget it, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Amy, give me a break. If the guy is giving her a massage,
Right.
I'd go.
Right.
Really? Right?
Right.
I mean,
So-
that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, more or less. I thought.
Screw her.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then how come?
So he got up to leave,
Yeah,
and then a
you-
few other people said, "Yeah, I guess I'll leave too." And so then Brian wanted to stay with me. And
Now,
I
what were
said,
you doing? Were you trying to make him jealous with this guy doing your massage? Were you trying? Was it
"No,
in
I
your mind?
simply love massages. I do totally." And I have a bad back.
Who
It feels
doesn't?
really good.
Who doesn't?
Well, the way it started out
And-
is the day before I had totally stretched my legs out
I
on the
gave him one, as a matter of
Stairmaster.
fact.
I went nuts on this
leg lifts and the
Yeah.
Stairmaster, and the back of my legs were so tight
Sore.
that I was
Couldn't
dying.
move.
So I did touch him right when we
And
met.
so-
I gave him
so
a
some of the-
massage.
Like she kind of rubbed the back of my legs at this
Just
hot tub
as a-
thing,
As a friend.
The first night?
and then that during that hot tub day,
Oh,
He
I
said
thought you
yeah.
never touched.
Oh,
See, I didn't even think about that. It was not
Not that kind of touching, Raj.
no, I wanted to
God, it
help
would
him.
have been for me.
and then she said that she had a pain too, so I was sort of touching her, but this other guy said that he like his ex-girlfriend was a masseuse or something, and he was like so qualified, and I said, well, I'm going to relinquish and let this guy, do what he can do for you, because I believe in not holding on too tight, especially initially.
Exactly. That's
Right.
a good
Let-
point.
see where this
Uh-huh.
girl's coming from and whatever. If she'd rather be with him, fine.
Yeah.
So he started massaging her, but he told me beforehand that he was really into this.
How did you really feel
It was
about
like
that?
his MO. Well, I wasn't really that possessive at all. I just
Well,
Were you
didn't wanna-
attracted to her though?
you
yeah, I
didn't
was
wanna-
attracted to her. The golden moment for us was when
Oh.
we were saying goodbye.
Oh
At the
yeah,
hot
that
tub
was really
area.
something. Yeah.
And she was wearing like this bikini, and I was just wearing a swimming suit. And when I gave her a hug goodbye, it was like all
it
this
was like,
chemistry.
whoa.
It was
It
pretty
was
great.
intense.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's too bad I'm gonna lose out on this one. This guy's giving her a full-on massage back there. It's just the two of them by themselves. So, oh well. So I went back
So
to
when you hugged, you could feel the chemistry.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
so I went back to my place and
That
got
was
ready to go.
intense.
And what happened with you and Brian at the hot tub?
Well, Brian said, "Oh, let's stay out here," and I said, "No, I don't want to stay. I was thinking of Rick." And I thought, "Well, oh damn!" I said to myself. I said, "Damn." I thought, well, what can I do now?
She reminds me of our
And then-
family. The way she laughs and very dumb.
And so then I said to myself, I'm going to go pack up my stuff and see if I can catch him. I'll just casually run into him.
Did Brian get all miffed at you?
So, oh, of course, he was so ticked. I says, oh, Brian, really, I want to go too. And Brian goes, you don't want to stay out here with me? And I said, no, really, I wasn't after you. I'm so sorry. And
Poor Brian.
I was really honest.
Well,
And I
that's
said,
good.
Well,
no,
that's
I
really
really
good.
wasn't after you. I'm
That
so
took care of him
sorry.
then.
I said, I really did want the kink out of my back. And you really did a great job, but I wasn't after you. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
He was so pissed he went stalking off. And I had to cover the hot tub by myself.
He's probably a very good-looking guy too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he went stalking off, and he was just furious. Slammed his pickup truck door, I had to chuckle. I was laughing. And so I put the cover back on the hot tub and went back to my place, packed up my stuff really, really fast. I saw Rick's white car when I went by his cabin that he'd been staying at. So I thought, oh good, I'm going to pack up all my stuff and accidentally run into him. Or just stop by there and say, oh hi, are you still packing? So I'll think of something to myself. So I packed everything up and all that, went over back by his cabin, and the white car was gone.
Oh no.
And I said to myself,
Where were you, Dickie?
well, you'll find out.
Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, well, maybe he'll call me. We had exchanged numbers. I thought, well, the mountain biking thing is always a possibility. I said, I don't want to go home. I really wanted to see if I could snag him to go on a hike with me. I was very disappointed. So I went driving on out of the camp, and there he was at a phone booth.
Calling you.
No,
It's calling
No.
Dad and
he
Jean.
was calling
Oh.
his father and Jean.
Because I was in the local mountains up here.
So he was at a phone booth, and he saw me, and I saw him at the same time. And he went, wait. So I pulled my car up to his, and then he even left the phone dangling.
Wait a minute, who was he on the phone with, Bandu?
That was cool. Was
I was
that
talking with Jean on the phone.
That's cute.
you just dropped us?
He was on the phone with you,
No.
yeah, and he
Just
left
said,
you
"Hold on a
dangling.
minute."
You said, hold on. Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, Jeannie was on the phone.
That's
Both
what
of
was
us.
going
Oh.
on.
Speakerphone.
That's what was happening. And so this must be really interesting to you too.
Well, it is.
So
We
I,
haven't heard this.
Yeah. So I said hi.
Oh, embarrassing. Keep going.
I love it. That's great.
It's really nice.
That's cute.
I just kind of waited around to see what he would do.
Like I've got your car backed in, and you, there's no way you're gonna get out of here.
So we were were sort of hemming and hawing between our vehicles out there, and I said, "Well,
You
we were
know,
trying to."
nowadays it's so hard to get to know each other.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Don't know
Sandy,
anyone.
we love you.
Yeah.
So we decided to go have a picnic.
You're very precious.
That very day.
Did you have any food?
No, we had to go buy it. And the lake was like 15 miles away. But anyway, we went and got some bread and some cheese,
some meat.
bologna or something. You know.
Oh, and a candy bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
You
wine?
know, the hardest thing in the
No, we
world
No
is
wine, no liquor
Think
at
of
all?
that.
No,
Okay.
this wasn't supposed to be a seduction thing. Remember, you can't act sleazy nowadays.
Okay, okay.
So.
the hardest thing in the world is to be with somebody
That's
else.
neat.
It's the person that you love, with their family, and just to be with all the different people in their family, and
That is
and,
hard.
and wonder what it's going to be like.
Right.
And I want to tell you, you are so comfortable and so
Yeah, you really
sweet
are.
and
Yeah.
so beautiful. You know, we love you. We hope you guys get married.
Let's go.
That's really pushing.
Last word, Dick.
So anyway,
Now, Dickie,
Well, thank you for your blessing. It means a lot.
now
oh,
that's
let me
not
tell you
the
something.
end
I
of your
wouldn't say
story.
that.
Appreciate
Would
it.
I say
He
that if I
says
didn't
this all
mean
the
that?
time to Ty and his girlfriend.
No, would I say that if I didn't mean it?
Poor Ty's
No,
like,
I don't
I
think you
wouldn't.
would.
Cindy, I want to tell you.
maybe not ready, Dad.
Cindy, I would be very polite to you and very nice to you if I didn't love you. And if I didn't see Dick's love for you. But I would never say what I just said.
Right.
Unless
Well,
I
anyway,
I
they're
could
not
feel
through
that.
with their story, are you?
Anyway, go ahead.
No.
Thanks.
So
So
anyway,
you
Well,
went
I
up
want
to
you to
the,
know
you went on a picnic.
By the lake. And we had a blanket out there, and we were sort of snuggling
I
a little
bet
bit on
that
the
was
blanket,
fun.
but not kissing.
yeah.
And do you want to say anything about that?
No,
Okay.
it's not. No, it's just. It was really sweet and innocent. Really.
That's nice.
And then-
Our thoughts weren't, of
And-
course.
and-
but
And the sun set, and it was really
Oh,
pristine
it
and
was
beautiful. And then it got dark.
real dark and
It got
real
dark.
cold.
And so we had to walk about a
And so you
mile.
put your coat around her.
I gave her the blanket. Yeah.
Actually, both of us had a blanket.
Is that right?
He was
You
so
both-
hot, Cindy, he doesn't remember.
No, we're both
He
even
didn't need
Steven
a
there.
blanket.
No, we were both even Steven there.
You
Whatever,
didn't
we
need a
want the
blanket, he didn't
temperature
need a blanket.
exactly the same. Both of
Really?
us, all the time, wherever we are,
Boy, is
whatever
that
we're
convenient.
doing. It's wonderful.
It's a lot
so
better than us.
wonderful.
Cindy, look at my dad and mom holding me. Isn't that sweet?
So
That's
anyway,
So that was the beginning of our relationship.
well,
Well,
then
that's
what
a
happened
wonderful
afterwards?
thing
Did you
to
get
happen.
together how soon afterwards then?
Pardon me?
You went home that night, each of you in your own separate
I gave her my
ways?
sweat. I gave her dad's sweatshirt to wear.
Oh, this is hilarious. And I
And-
slept with that thing the whole week till I saw him again.
Honest to God.
Now you're
I really
having an
liked
affair
him.
with his dad?
Cindy, you love this man.
And so a whole week
Yeah, I really,
passed
really liked him.
before you got together again,
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was a week.
and then
Then
what
did I
you
drive
do?
up to your house?
Yeah.
Cindy, you know what? You deserve him.
You just,
No, I'm serious when I say that. Listen to what I said. You deserve him.
Because she's so nice.
No, because I've heard some pain from the previous marriage.
Well, Dick's
And
had
what
some pain
happened,
too,
and-
haven't you?
and-
Yeah.
And Dick's had the
Yeah.
pain too.
Dick's
Sure.
had pain too,
But
Cindy.
you know what? You know what? You are so precious.
And Dick is precious.
And she's got a
Well,
really,
Dick goes
really
without saying.
good spirit.
we know
Mom,
Dick's precious.
We know Dick's precious from years ago. I mean, we've known him since he was a baby. You know, he's always been precious. But it's nice to have somebody that he
always-
cares
Well, it's
about
so
being
nice.
precious.
You know
Yeah.
what's so nice is to have someone who appreciates him.
Right.
That's nice. It's nice to have.
Mostly somebody that doesn't put me through hell.
Yes.
Because that's what Dad said. He said, make sure you pick somebody with a good disposition, because if
Oh,
she
is
doesn't
that
have
where
a
you got
good
this from?
disposition, she can sure make your life hell.
Oh, boy, you aren't kidding.
It's good advice, Dad.
It's good, I know it is.
Yeah.
And so you got
See,
together.
fruit does not fall far from the tree.
That's right.
That's right.
And you are your
You are
Father's
your
son.
own. You are your own worst enemy.
no, you are your
Uh-oh,
No.
where did that come from?
I am a true No, I am a
Anita,
true believer
Anita.
of fruit does not fall far from the tree.
Anita.
And he is
For the camera, I want you to tell the Leroy joke.
No
No,
jokes
Yes.
on
no,
camera.
no,
Oh,
no.
sure,
Is
Leroy
that a
joke.
We don't
dirty
tell
joke?
jokes on
No,
camera.
no,
A
no.
Leroy
This is
joke.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
a
no.
family joke then.
No,
Tell a
no, no,
family
no.
joke.
Well, the family is a joke.
Anita, tell Bud and Jean,
How much I love them?
No, the one about the hurricane and the palm tree.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Jeannie and
Do you
Buddy.
know what the,
Not on
You
camera.
know what the
Okay.
hurricane said to the palm tree?
well, you tell it. If you're gonna steal my
He's,
joke,
he's the
tell it.
man.
Go ahead. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, you're nuts. This ain't no ordinary blowjob.
I'd rather tell the one about, do you know who Billy Ray Cyrus is? Is it Billy Ray
No,
Cyrus?
Yeah.
Sugar Man?
Yeah, Billy Ray
Yeah.
Cyrus.
He's the one that sings,
Achy breaky heart.
Achy Breaky Heart.
You know what you get when you cross him with a yeast infection?
Roger, let her tell
Do
it.
you know what you get when you cross Billy Ray Cyrus with a yeast infection? An itchy twitchy twat.
That's very good.
That's so cute.
Hey, let Cindy hear you play the piano.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've
Me?
never heard you
Do
play.
you play, Cindy?
You sit right here. Don't even
piano?
come in the other room. I'll
Let's
just
go to
sit
the other
here.
room.
Isn't it awful?
Yes.
Isn't it awful? That's awful.
Ain't it awful?
I don't know what.
That sounds like a. Oh.
Is that thing off?
Mom,
No, it's
in
on.
the first place, I've had too much to drink.
Oh, gee.
I gotta get my father up here who can play by ear.
Here. Try some of these.
Oh.
Side
You
Laura
wanna
has
sit down,
at some
Cindy?
party.
Oh, new law.
Sit down.
You're back the whole time. Turning around on the pillars and everything.
Which would sit on?
Yeah,
Well, it
sit
feels
down,
really
Ty.
good to stand.
Is it?
There is room.
Gotta stretch my back out.
I have to close the drapes. Sorry.
You have
Oh, I think it's over here.
birthday pounds.
Oh, we've had such a
yeah.
good time. I'm sorry you all.
Not birthdays, but
No, he's got
Yeah.
his own. Yeah.
I can't see.
You can't see it. I was wondering if you could see.
Oh, Father. What? I'm just butchering this music.
Sounds good, Rod.
No, I tell you something.
Cut it up.
I don't like that.
I can't begin to tell you.
I work out, I do all, but, yeah, that's fun. Lift one thing wrong. I mean, even if you don't know this, if you go lifting a suitcase or something wrong, I was like laid up for, I'm surprised. I cannot tell you, I in a car one time, it was, no, I leave it for times like this. Lifting a suitcase wrong, so. We're talking back problems there. No, really. You can't do anything like that wrong. Even if you oh, I don't have,
I didn't have the, nothing oozed out or whatever. So
I don't have any problem with it anymore. I mean, me neither, very seldom. Sometimes your back hurts, yeah.
if I don't take that medication, I think I'm gonna go cold turkey off and I can't ever.
Take the medication to a time.
It's spelled F-E-L-D-E-N-E. It's an anti-inflammatory, stops the
Now Roger's on right now because he hurt his back. We call the doctor.
Yay!
What's that, Mom? What's Roger on? It's here it is.
Well,
Yeah, here it is. You probably can see.
Apricot.
I'll bet I know what it is.
It's right here.
Naprosyn, oh yeah.
Naprosyn.
That's what I take. That stuff works for me.
That's bad stuff.
Well, you know what's better though, you guys, that has no side
Good
effects, is
stuff?
that Feldine stuff
Bad
that
stuff,
I
it'll
take,
hurt
that I want cold
Feldine.
turkey off of.
If you
It doesn't
don't-
do
if
anything
you're
to
not
you. It
careful.
does not affect you. It doesn't
Here's
make you
your
tired.
stomach.
It doesn't break
Food
your
or
stomach.
milk with it.
It does. You do
With
have to always
Naprosyn?
with it, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't foul you up the way all these others do.
What-
The way it makes it
How is your
foul
pain
you.
lately?
This one
How are you
just
doing?
doesn't. It's called Feldine, F-E-L-D-E-N-E,
Well,
and it's for arthritis.
I'm always in.
And I think that I have a touch of arthritis, and I think that's why I can't go off it.
Prescription.
I'm always in
Yeah.
pain.
It's really good for backs, really good. What it does
So,
is it keeps the swelling down,
it's
and
par
it
for
doesn't
the
take away
course
your
with
mental
me.
facilities at all. So that way I go to work and just function. It's great.
Tell us again.
Feldine.
You're always in pain, but how's it going lately?
D-E-N-E.
Well,
It's really good.
I'm not taking one of my medications now because I had a tooth extraction
Oh.
and I had to quit aspirin.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in more pain than I ordinarily
Than normal.
am before.
Right.
Than I ordinarily am normally. So I have to quit aspirin 4 days before and 4 days afterward.
Chew gum with a false tooth.
What, pardon me?
How can you chew gum with that false tooth? Because doesn't it stick to the tooth?
Not terribly.
Really? I thought,
Some gum more than others.
well, some
Okay, well, try it.
Yeah, try it, it's good.
but some gums stick
Oh,
to
yeah.
plastic teeth.
Yeah, some do.
But if they're in there firmly, it doesn't. And if it does, you just shove it back up. I mean, if it sticks to the tooth and falls out, you just shove it back up.
You know, it really hurts when you chew your own gum.
Oh, that hurts a bunch.
Chew your own cheek, especially.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I hate that.
I hate when that happens.
It's even worse than. No? I think chewing your tongue's worse than chewing your cheek. What do you think?
Whoever chewed their
I
tongue.
think cheek.
Have you ever bitten your tongue though? Like really bad?
Yes, but
What would you rather bite, your tongue or your cheek?
My cheek.
Forget it.
Oh, I don't want
It's a knot.
my tongue on my cheek. I think the cheek hurts the most.
I do too.
What would you rather experience, like an ice pick through your leg or a brick really hard against your foot?
How about a brick on the head?
I bet if something hit my toe.
Oh, that's where he comes from. He's always kicking his toes.
Body bone.
Yes, hitting a table with his foot.
You really hurt your toes a lot.
Anytime the corner of the room or door itself, you know.
Well, Mom's hit the board in the garage many a times and hurt your toe.
It takes such a long time to heal.
No problem with the focus here.
It would keep us kick our feet.
Call clumsy. Hey, Roger's always saying that about me, saying I'm clumsy. Right?
Really?
Well,
Dick,
right, Sugar Man?
you'll have to title that piece that you're making there a family conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joke.
A family conversation.
About minor ailments.
Yeah.
Roger likes to play this Latin music.
Next
Boo, boo, boo,
Very.
boo.
Good one.
Fantastic. Orville, are you going to play before we cut the video off?
Yes, yes, do this.
Let's go ahead and give
Yeah.
Orville a shot at it, and we'll wrap it up. Take it, Orville.
Father, and now, ladies and gentlemen, from the beautiful Waikalaia Country Club in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii, we have for your entertainment pleasure the one and the only Eddie Wilson. Let's hear it for Eddie Wilson.
Hey, the man in the mirror. All right.
I used to.
Turn around and say something to us, sir.
I love you anyway.
Oh.
Glad.
Mommy.
Well, I hope I live up to that introduction.
Me too. That's a lot of pressure.
This way. Ben, closer to mine.
Now, you played on a ship?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll look at that. Come here, buddy, buddy, sit down.
Okay, see you.
Yeah. For the
Your
Cunard
dining pleasure.
Cunard steamship line, the one that the Queen Mary belongs to.
Oh.
On behalf of the Cunard Steamship Lines, may I present for your pleasure the one and the only, the person who has made Glenn Campbell famous,
Oh.
and who has made the man who played In the Mood, who composed.
Oh, Glenn Miller.
Glenn Miller famous. The man who has made my mother famous. Eddie Wilson. Eddie Wilson, for your dining pleasure and your entertainment pleasure, may I present my father, Eddie Wilson.
He watches too much Lee.
and gentlemen, for your entertainment pleasure, we have Eddie Wilson and his son, Rudge Troy,
Sing it.
singing It Had to Be You in E flat.
E flat, Mr. Wilson.
It had to be you. It had to be you. Nita, I wandered around, finally found somebody who could make me be blue, could make me be true, and even be glad, just to be sad. Thinking of you, some others I've seen, I'd never be mean, I'd never be cross, or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill, with all your faults, I love you still, and
Thank you, thank you. Very good.
Just absolutely
Yeah.
flipped over those two.
Is that right?
Oh, we're still hearing, when is your mom and dad coming back? You know, they love mom and dad.
Be entertained by good
Well, and they just love.
Cindy.
I mean, they know everyone there now, and I knocked him over.
No, I did. I knocked him over. Knock him over again.
I'm gonna launch him, okay?
Okay. Push him over. This is what happened.
I think they were fighting over what our table would be. Well, no, we don't do. We don't.
That's good.
We always say,
They'll teach you to knock me over.
Roger's very. He's
We want to copy this tape.
very, very.
Oh, definitely. Of course. Are you on, can I put you on tape here, Gene? Can I put you on tape for this?
We had a waitress last night.
Barely.
Oh no, what are they doing behind that hand?
What did we do? Turn it off.
Well, we had a nice day together, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Great day.
And I love this brother.
I love that brother too.
We all love each other, don't we? I think we said that once today already. Okay. Here she comes. Here she comes.
Show me what to do.
This zooms forward, and this zooms back, and you can see it all through there.
Okay. Okay.
When you were little.
That happened pretty quick, didn't
Yeah.
And I love you, Dad.
it? This is Love City.
Proud of you. Damn proud of you.
I'm surprised you were coming over the Radisson. Coming into the call, said you were going to join them.
Well, when I heard that these guys were going to be there, I had to take
Yeah, worked out
them
well.
up on it.
It had to be you.
Uh-oh.
It works. Hi.
Is it working?
Never mind.
All right.
I wandered around,
Your mom used to
finally
That
found
was,
somebody who.
Oh.
Mom, the lens is on.
Is it really?
Sing it to her.
Make me
You can
feel
go like that
blue.
too. There you go.
Could make
There you
me
go.
feel true.
What, was she aiming at the
And
ceiling?
even be glad.
She was aiming at
Just
the
Doesn't
ceiling.
matter.
thinking of
You
you.
didn't drag. Just punch the red button.
Cindy,
Punch.
Cindy, Cindy,
What do you think,
I like to
hon?
play guitar and sing.
Cindy, I want to see Little Richard.
Here's Little Richard now.
This is Little Richard. I want to see Little Richard and you give an
Alien
amorous
Spirit.
kiss.
Do a what now?
An amorous kiss.
An amorous
Not an
kiss?
amorous kiss, just
An
a
amorous-
nice
How about
kiss.
just a kiss?
How about a, well, wait a minute. How about a,
Putting us on the spot.
wait a minute. How about a touching, loving, caring, wonderful kiss that is really
Put
meaningful?
your head in
Hey,
her
tell you
lap.
what. Tell you what. Why don't you ignore us for a while,
Let's get it over
and then
with.
just spy on us, and then just catch us on.
Let's give them what he wants.
Let's give.
You're
Right
supposed to. I'd like it when if you're taller than.
Well, he is taller than you.
That's better. Okay.
Oh my God! Look at this. This is
He's not
great.
like into short guys. Okay?
This is like a. Oh my gosh! Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment pleasure,
Thank you
You have to have to do this way.
Cindy, you're so sweet. Thank you for that. And then we're going over here to Little Mother.
Now you have to sit in my lap. No.
There's a Little Mother and a Bud,
Don't you know how to kiss the
and
movies now?
there's Little Mother and Little Bud. Little Mother and Little
Oh
Bud.
yeah.
Chomp,
Okay,
chomp.
now let's see how Mother
More like
Like those fish.
kiss your brother like you would a brother. And that's pretty good. Everybody give them a big round of applause.
Get out the kissing.
And here's Anita and Jean. And Anita, kiss Jean like you would.
Dear.
Like this, Jean.
Oh,
Like
yes.
this.
What is it? Shoulder, shoulder.
Oh, that's really good.
That's Miami style.
And here's little father. He's kissing the camera. My dad loves the camera. And ladies and gentlemen, now we panorama back to panorama. Back to there are those two.
There they are.
There they are. Dick and what's her name? I knew it all the
I
time.
myself
Cindy.
that same question. What's
Cindy, I knew that all the time. And you know, when Dick was dating you, he used to call me and say, I met this girl tonight, but I can't remember her name or her phone number. Okay, do you believe that? Oh my God. There it is. Oh my God.
Now we're sick of the kissing,
Oh,
sugar.
now
What
we're-
are you taking the floor for?
No, I'm not. I'm taking Dickie's
floor
pants.
shot.
Dickie's pants.
He's taking his
I'm
pants.
seeing whether Dickie's turned on or not. Oh, well, see, you can't do that with a woman. You have to. No, it's tie, isn't it? Well, it kind of is.
Wait. That's what men wear ties for.
But
That's why
Dickie,
we
are
wear
you
ties.
turned on or not? I mean, I can't tell if Cindy's turned on because I pan there. But see, Dickie, I don't see the little. Never mind, the big guy is always there. Anyway, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Cindy. I'm getting gross.
Roll your eyes a couple times.
Cindy, this is our family. You can't help it.
Won't be recorded.
Cindy, you can't help it. That's the way it is. Oh, and what is that? What is that? What is that?
That's what men used to do to conceal themselves.
What is it? What are they doing? Oh, they wore armor.
He's old.
Right.
Looks like he's
Armor.
Oh, okay. Well,
Where's your bad lax? Right?
oh, well,
Now we don't need that anymore, so we just
We-
go
oh,
wear
we just-
ties.
okay.
Modern day version.
Now I want to know, honest to gosh, for all posterity and posterior,
For all
what you
posterity.
guys, for all posterior, what you guys think about each other. Now, right now, this very moment in history,
I think
in time, this is April the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 18th, 1993.
They got it written down.
This is Cindy and Dickie.
Gee, Cindy, you're swell.
You're swell.
Swell? That's a word we used a long time ago. But these who grew up in the olden years.
At,
Gulf Franks.
I'm just supposed to say you're swell. No.
No, don't say
Further
it.
than that.
Say, Cindy, you tell them what you think.
Or I've happened to mention La Villa Reese because we've been wanting to go there.
Tell them what you think about them.
Oh, yeah. You know
Dickie, you tell her what you think about her. In front of the family and God and everybody.
I think that she's the greatest. She's the
And
greatest woman
what are
I've
your
ever met.
intentions?
My intentions are to continue to develop
It's too expensive for
this
us,
relationship
so-
to its
so, you know, we might
to its
not.
potential.
gonna save it. I don't wanna go there.
Okay.
Does that mean there anywhere in the near future there might be marriage
You
involved?
never know. She might have to get divorced
Oh,
first.
You don't need
Well,
that.
I don't-
Well, she is
Unless
divorced.
she's
Isn't
gonna follow Larry.
You don't get
She is
charged.
divorced, isn't she?
Larry? Oh, no thanks.
Cindy, aren't you divorced now?
She's divorced in about 3
Getting
weeks.
in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't know
And so then you might consider popping the question, right?
I guess.
That's not a good idea.
Anyway,
Well,
Why?
it's a place I wanna
How
go.
about doing it
You
now?
have to hang
Well,
out
you
with
went
somebody
down
for a
there, I was
whole
there with the
year before
Roosters
you marry
last
them.
Well, how long have you guys known each other?
We haven't known each other
6
a year.
months.
Well, that's too damn long. I mean, you know. I mean, Anita and I knew each other for 3 minutes and it happened.
That
You know.
was it.
You guys haven't been through what both of us have been through, and we don't tend to make the same mistake
Pork
twice,
chops.
do we? Either one of us.
Well,
You
we're
are
gonna have a
so
good time
sweet. I
thinking it
love you
over.
guys.
Ate some more this morning.
You know, you're very true. That's very precious and absolutely very extremely intelligent.
We're trying to be intelligent, but you know,
You're
it's
very
really
intelligent.
Hormonally, it's difficult.
hard. Yeah, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, well, hormonally I can understand it.
Yes.
oh, it's
But
all-
I'm taking the picture, but
You almost
see,
have to use a knife and fork to cut the
now I can
cheese.
see you're still there, see, so. But intelligently, you're doing the right thing. But now, for all the people that you try to treat and help, do you think you're doing the right thing?
Yes,
May or may not.
Why?
Tonight,
because she's the greatest. And when
they
you
make a lot.
come upon someone that's this great,
I
you
thought we were
don't
gonna stay home.
let it walk
Depends
away.
on how we feel.
Okay, now what if she said to you now, Dick,
Communicate anymore.
this is it, you either marry me or hasta la
We
vista?
usually go out Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, now, Rod.
I don't
Oh,
know.
you're really putting him on the spot.
Yeah, put him on the spot. He's a
You
doctor.
badly putting
He's
him
a
on the
doctor. He
spot.
can handle it. Now, doctor, what would you say about that? If she said, hasta la vista, if you don't, I mean, this is it. I love you very much.
Now,
And I'm ready for a marriage, and I love you so much I can't stand it, and I want to be with you the rest of my life,
reservation.
and this is it. You either propose or I'm history.
Okay, good,
Hey,
good,
it sounds great, man.
good. Okay.
I think I'd have to marry her.
Maybe 7 o'clock.
Oh, love it, Dick. God darn, that's great, babe. I love you.
So make the reservation
Cindy,
today. I'm sure
he
Fred-
answered the right thing. You gotta love the hell out of this man. Huh?
You'll be going to the-
Isn't that sweet, Cindy?
It was.
Oh, so-
Now, what would you say if the same thing happened to you?
Oh, we
They
might
have a lot of celebrities.
You got it.
tonight.
And if they're
I knew
not-
that already.
Yeah, they're not. They have fun anyway.
You are wonderful, both of you. I love you very much. It's been a pleasure being with you. Oh, gosh, I love that.
And supposedly.
That's the most precious moment of this whole film.
Better ask now than-
Love you guys.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
That's what we've been told.